Guten Tag, meine Freunde. Buenos dias, buenos sera, buongiorno. Hey guys, we are all screwed. We are all screwed. This video is not a Blackwing deck profile video whatsoever. No, this is a pain in the. Hey guys, the new archetypes, Paralaments, whatever. Look at this shit. The new archetype, guys, is going to tear us all apart. So, oh man, we are all screwed, guys. Check this out. So, I'm going first, okay? I'm going first. I'm like, okay, this is usually I don't want to have a kaiju on my hand going first, right? Because what you want to do going first with a kaiju, right? You can't do shit, right? And my hand looks decent, guys. This is a good hand with the new support, Shaman, and everybody. Looks good, right? Looks good. So, what's happening next is I'm starting the game off with Black Wild Winds, typical, right? Just like we usually do. And then what comes next is nothing, no negation, no nothing from the opponent. So we good, right? Next up, I activate Simoon's effect. And what happens next is he activates Herald. Okay, that's not a new card. We know about Herald, okay? We usually think that Herald is being played is be we usually think that Herald is being played with Drytons. But no, this new archetype, they can play Herald in this deck too. Even though, look at this shit. Even though they don't mainly play fairy types, right? They don't. But he has two other fairy types on his hand, so he can activate Herald. Okay, so it's not a brick for him. Uh, so he activates Herald. Simoon says bye bye, and he's gone. Alright, so what's happening next? Next up, I'm like, okay, that's cool. He negated. But what's happening in the graveyard right now? What is Agido the Ancient Sentry? What is that? If a card is sent from the hand or deck to your opponent's graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand. Then you can special summon one level 4 Earth Fairy monster from your graveyard, except Agido the Ancient Sentry. If this card is sent from the hand or deck to the graveyard, you can send the top 5 cards of each player's deck to the graveyard. Then, if Exchange of Spirit is in your graveyard, you can send the top 5 cards of either player's deck to the graveyard. You can only use this effect once per turn. Okay, so what's happening is he activates Herald, he sends away the Agido, whatever the fuck that is. Alright, so what's happening next? He sends another Herald to his graveyard. Like the top 5 of his deck, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And then for my graveyard also, for my deck also 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No Zephyros. That's sad, but okay. So he sent 5 cards to his graveyard. Alright, now check this shit out. What's gonna happen next? I don't even know any of those cards, alright? We have a Shaddoll over here. I'm like, why is a Shaddoll over here? We will soon find out. So, next thing is this effect triggers Terra Elements, Halfiness, whatever. When your opponent activates a monster effect on the field, blah blah blah, quick effect, you can special summon this card from your hand. We don't care about that. If this card is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can fusion summon one fusion monster from your extra deck by placing a fusion materials mentioned on it from your hand, field, or graveyard on the bottom of your deck in any order, including this card in your graveyard. So what's happening is he is fusion summoning while I'm going first. Okay? So check this out. He takes a Shaddoll monster from his graveyard. What the fuck, man? And at the same time, he can special summon this Reno Heart. Because it says if this card is blah blah. Yeah, okay. Oh yeah, if this card is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can special summon this card. You can special summon this card. Okay. But banish it when it leaves the field, and if you do, send one Tearlaments card from your hand to the graveyard. You can only use each of those Tearlaments once per turn. Okay, all good. So what's happening next is he sends those monsters. Bro, I don't even know what's going on, okay? But the most important thing that's happening over here is that he is able to fusion summon. And now this Kitkalos, Tearlaments Kitkalos on the field. If this card is special summoned, you can take one Tearlaments card from your deck and either add it to your hand or send it to the graveyard. You can target one monster you control, special summon one Tearlaments monster from your hand or graveyard, and if you do, send the targeted monster to your graveyard. If this card is sent to the graveyard by effect, you can send the top 5 cards of your deck to your graveyard. Bro. Now his effect is triggered. He can send a card at the same time. Bro, what the? Chain 1, chain 2. Bro, it's my turn, bro. It's my turn. What's happening over here? And then he gets the Halfiness to his hand. Hey, and the crazy card about this is when your opponent activates a monster effect on the field, quick effect, you can special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard. Okay, so he can special summon that monster on my turn. Alright, next thing that's happening is the Mirrors effect that he can, bro, another fusing summoning is happening, right? 1, 2, 3, the shadows being sent back on top of his deck, and boom, bro, I'm going first, and he is summoning the El Shadow Winder. How, Sway? How? Bro, okay. And now I'm like, alright, thank God I got the Kaiju, right? Even though, bro, going first, you don't want to draw Kaiju, bro. But now you're forced to play Kaiju in the main deck going first because of the fucking Shadow Winder. Like, otherwise, I'm not able to do shit anymore, right? So what I did was special summon the Kaiju on this field by sending the Winder away. And then I'm like, alright, cool. Now I can play, right? I mean, all I need is one Black Wild and one Shamal. I don't need anything else. I summon Shamal, activate Black Wild, get Vata to my hand. All good. Now I special summon Vata. Cool. Now I want to activate Shamal's effect by sending him to the graveyard and get the Black Feather Wild. But no. Quick effect, Halfiness. He gets special summoned. And now he sends the top 3 cards of his deck to the graveyard. I get my Black Feather Wild. I'm like, alright, cool. At least no negation, right? No negate. But no, because there's also Tearlaments Shaylen. If this card is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can fusion summon one fusion monster from your extra deck by placing the fusion. Bruh, a third fusion summoning is happening next. So he summons that, sends away the other fusion monster that he just summoned. And now here is the Lulu Karos. And this Lulu Karos is a pain in the ass because when your opponent activates a card or effect that includes a special summoning monster, quick effect, you can negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. Great. So now I'll try to activate Vata's effect because I don't have anything else to do, right? I ain't got any other shit to do. He activates Lulu Karos. And I lose. Bro, what the? This shit is not funny, guys. Please, Konami. These cards are not even out yet. Can you please already ban them? This is not funny, man. This is not funny, bro. Get this shit out of my face. Hey, guys, Yu-Gi-Oh ain't going to be fun in the next couple months. Those cards are dropping in, I think, August, no, October and November. They're getting external support again in September. Sorry, in November. In November, they're getting another external support. So in August, they get internal support. In November, they get external support. So, bro, what the fuck? Uh, as you can see, guys, hand traps are not an issue anymore. You don't have to play Ash, Veiler, Imp, Gamma anymore. All you have to play is this stupid deck. It doesn't matter if you go first or second, it will destroy you. Just like that. We can't do shit, bro. Can't do shit. I have to play Kaiju's going first. You have to play Kaiju's going first, bro. Just because of that fucking Winda. Like, he summoned a Shadow Winda in the first turn on my turn, bro. Whatever, man. Whatever, man. I'm done. I'm done with this game, bro. Get the